I've been told I'm good at doing that, making people uncomfortable. But you know, I have a fundamental belief that anything worth doing is hard, and anything worth saying must make you think. Sometimes that means being uncomfortable. If we're going to change the world, it isn't going to be easy. Have you ever had a dream where you tried to fill a glass, and no matter how much you poured into that glass, it still remained empty? Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests and honorable judges, I was born with a gift, a hole in my heart. No, not the kind of heart hole that you'd see with an X-ray or magnetic imaging, but a hole nonetheless, and that hole had a dramatic impact on the course of my life. I was a deeply loved child, blessed with caring parents who gave me everything I needed, and most, but not all, that I wanted. I was surrounded by love, friends, family, and I craved love myself, and I gave lots of love to everyone in my universe, which at that time was rather small, as was the hole in my heart. I remember the first time I felt the loss of love. My parents, who still deeply loved me, they no longer loved each other, and I questioned love for a moment. The hole in my heart grew microscopically. But my faith in love returned, and as it grew, so did my need for love. I entered the preteen years, and you know, early crushes, love letters, heartbreak, the usual preteen drama. There seemed no need for alarm, and although the hole in my heart was still there, it went undetected. But moving into the mid-teens, the hole in my heart began sucking me in. That deep, dark hole, and my craving for love increased. I needed connection. I needed affection, attention, anything that I could seek out, and my parents really worried. It's just hormones, the expert said. You know, over the course of my adult years, many times I've been asked, what would you give to return to the carefree days of youth? I tell you, there's not enough money in the world that could send me back to my teenage years. I am a great fan of drama, both on and off the stage, but 16 to 24, no, thank you. It was around this time that I felt like the hole was sucking me further into its clutches. I started to hear words that described me like depression, suicide, despondency, dependency. But of course it wasn't the medical professionals that used these words, it was societal professionals, friends, parents, teachers, and pretty much anyone that came into contact with me. I am so grateful that technology did not exist the way it does today in my youth. I can only imagine the Facebook posts that I would have shared for the unforgiving world to see. I am empty. I am alone. I am swallowed by a darkness that consumes my soul. You know, some of the best poetry I've ever written was in the dark years. I craved connection. I wanted to matter to somebody. I wanted to be important. I wanted to be happy. I didn't know what that looked like, but I desperately tried to find it. I dated a lot. I brought this hole with me into adulthood, this deep hole into my marriage and into my life with my children. A hole so deep and dark, a hole so insidious that no matter how much I tried to fill it, nothing can fill that hole, and yet it still went undetected. In my 11th year of marriage, things were strained. We talked till all hours of the night. I cried myself to sleep. What was wrong with me? I knew that he loved me, but I just couldn't feel it. And I knew that I loved him, but I couldn't feel it either. A few years later, I started on a journey to improve my health, also known as a diet, although I like to think of it as a lifestyle change. But on that journey to fix my outside, I started looking at the inside. I did a lot of writing and I did a lot of reading. I came across a fantastic author named Brené Brown, and one of her books entitled Gifts of Imperfection showed me that I wasn't the only one who thought I wasn't good enough. I discovered the hole in my heart, and I also learned what I needed to fix it. No husband, no child, no friend could fill that hole for me. I needed to find a love inside of me to fill my hole. I'm proud to tell you that in filling my hole, my love and life grew exponentially, and I celebrate 14 years of marriage this summer with my husband. And we're happier than we've ever been. You might wonder why I call my hole a gift. My hole taught me what true love is and what it isn't. My hole taught me that love comes from the inside out. And I share this gift with you so that if you know someone, or if you are someone who lives with a hole in your heart, you need only know that the healing starts from within. I no longer have to try to be happy. I am happy. I'm happy because I'm whole. And I'm whole because I found a love inside of me, which is what I needed all along. I'm whole in my heart. Together, we can fill all the holes, wholeheartedly. Mr. Contest Chair.